Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel with Miss Baxter reading to you. In the spirit of my love for jazz books, I got a new book at the Temple Public Library, where else? Called How Jelly Roll Morton Invented Jazz. Now, I didn't know jazz was invented by one certain person, but apparently it was, and his name was Jelly Roll Morton. This book is written by Jonah Winter and illustrated by Keith Mallet. This is a pretty interesting book, to say the least. Let's dive into it, shall we? Here's what could have happened if you were born away down south in New Orleans, in the land of dreams, a long, long time ago. Yeah, make sure you can get all the picture in there. Sorry, move this around a little bit. Just want you to be able to see all of it. Alright, let's say you had a godmother and she put a spell on you because she was a voodoo queen. I mean, doesn't everybody have a godmother that's a voodoo queen? And let's say that when you were a baby, your godmother brought you to an old saloon and set you down on top of the bar, which is not a place for a little baby. And let's say that some trouble broke out and she got arrested and thrown in jail and you got tossed in the can as well. Oh, that's not good. Oh, look, there's a trumpet, and I just have to brag. My daughter, who's going to be in 6th grade next year, just got her first trumpet yesterday. Woohoo! And let's say you just wouldn't stop crying unless all the roughnecks sharing your cell commenced to singing, 'cause music was the only thing that calmed you down. And let's say one day when you were a little older, you sat right down at a black piano and you commenced to play. And you learned to play so well that soon you were playing with grown-ups, sneaking out when the evening sun went down, playing in bars surrounded by lowlifes and dangerous people, and folks who loved to hear you play, and making more dollars a night than you knew what to do with. And let's say you stayed out so late one night that the night turned into day. And who should see you coming home but your great-grandmother, who'd taken you in when your parents had died. And let's say she asked you where you got your fancy suit. And when you told her where you'd been and how you made your money, she told you she wouldn't have no low-life musician living under her respectable roof. And let's say, as you wandered away, kicked out of your home, still just a kid with no place to go, you started crying so deep inside that tears would not even fall. Oh. And only one thing, just one thing in the world could make the crying stop. And this is why, and this is how, a thing called jazz got invented by a man named Jelly Roll Morton. Leastwise, that's what I thought I heard Mr. Jelly Roll say. Sing it! I thought I heard Buddy Bolden say, you're nasty, you're dirty, take it away. You're terrible, you're awful, take it away. I thought I heard him say. I thought I heard Mr. Jelly Roll too saying I invented jazz in 1902. It was me who invented jazz, 'cause it sure wasn't you. I thought I heard him too. If you'd been Jelly Roll Morton, you would have known that the only way to rise up and fly away was one piano note at a time. One piano note at a time, you show the folks in New Orleans who was the best. You'd show the folks in New Orleans how it was done. Jazz, that is. What you need is a recipe, as if you were making a big pot of Creole gumbo stew. The recipe for jazz. You take a town called New Orleans. You turn up the heat with some African beats. Throw in some shrimp and crab meat too, sausage and okra, and watch it stew. Spice it up with a dash of Spanish melody and island rhythms, calypso syncopation. Then stir those reds up with the blues. This ingredient's very important. Toss in a mess of just messing around and a pinch of laughter. And a teaspoon of symphony and a whole big bunch of symphony instruments till you got yourself a ragtime band. And you take that ragtime band on the streets for a potluck parade of high-stepping, low-down, horn-blowing, spectacular-ramacus. To make this stew, you need a very good cook. In the darkened corner of the room, lit by just a stained glass lamp, Jelly Roll Morton begins to play. And all those different sounds got blended together into one sweet and spicy flavor. Smooth, bluesy, something special. The rose in the bottle, the moon in the trees, the twinkling melody that blows in the breeze. I'm Alabama bound, I'm Alabama bound. If you like me, sweet baby, you gotta leave this town. Mr. Jelly Roll trucked on down to Mobile, Alabama, and trucked on up to Chicago, Illinois. And then he commenced to ramble, showing each and every poor soul that he met how jazz was supposed to be played. And everywhere he went, it was like he waved a jazzy wand and cast a voodoo spell of Jelly Roll magic. New Orleans, New Orleans, New Orleans. And to tell the truth of it, maybe Mr. Jelly Roll didn't invent jazz. Not exactly. 'Cause it took a lot of cooks to make that stew. But he sure did spread it around the towns. And when his rambling days were through, the magic spell remained. And sometimes in a darkened corner, lit just by the glow of a stained glass lamp, you can still hear Jelly Roll's piano playing. Oh, didn't he ramble? He rambled. Rambled all around, in and out of town. Oh, didn't he ramble? The end. If you like this book and you like jazz books, please subscribe to my channel. And if you like this book, please give it a big thumbs up and click for notifications so that you will be notified when I read other books. See you later. Bye-bye.